Hello and welcome back to Other Recapped. The story begins. Haruto introduces Lisa to everyone, and says that this is Lisa, a blizzard dragon. And she says that she wants to work as a maid here. Looking at Lisa, Natalia says that she is very lovely. I have no problem. Then Charlotte goes and shakes her hand and says that she is glad to meet you. My name is Charlotte. And I hope that we will get along well. Hearing this, Lisa is a little shy and says that she also prays the same. Then Haruto's dad, Gold Haruto, says that I can't believe that this girl is the same dragon that we were talking about. He forgets that how you brought her here. I have no problem. And now let's see the next scene, which checks Lisa's abilities. She teaches her, but suddenly the broom breaks. After this, she tells Lisa that you have to be careful. Lisa says yes, I understood. After saying this, she starts to sweep. And she sweeps very well and collects the right leaves together. Looking at her, she says that you have done a very good job. Flea will teach Lisa how to wash the utensils. Now let's see Flea, who is cleaning the utensils, but she is breaking the plate again and again. Lisa is cleaning the utensils very well and decorating them. Looking at this, Flea gets very sad. Flea will teach Lisa how to cook this time. After which we see that Flea is teaching how to cook, but her food burns. But there we see Lisa, who is cooking very comfortably and her food is very good. Looking at this, all the chefs are praising Lisa, but Flea is feeling very jealous. Everyone eats Lisa's food and they find it very tasty. Everyone is praising Lisa now. Flea is shown there, who is very sad and sitting in the corner. After which we see Lisa, who is cleaning the food on Charlotte's face. And now let's see the next scene. Lisa becomes Charlotte's personal maid, and as soon as she wakes up, she comes to pick up Charlotte. And as Charlotte wakes up, she changes her clothes and brings her out, where she gives her magic training. First of all, Charlotte has a little problem, but she can use magic. And now let's see the next scene. Lisa helps Charlotte in studying. They spend a lot of time together and they also take a bath together. After which we see Haruto, who is going somewhere. But even then Charlotte stops him and shows how big a fireball he has made. Seeing this, Haruto is also very impressed. Haruto tells Lisa what you are doing with this water. On which she says that I am doing laundry. That is, washing clothes. After hearing this, Haruto is very shocked that Lisa is doing more work by teaching Charlotte magic. Haruto tells Lisa that are you not tired because of doing so much work? On which she says, not at all. In fact, I'm having a lot of fun doing all this work. After hearing this, Haruto says, forgive me, you have to do so much work. Then Charlotte tells Lisa that am I a burden for you? On which she says, no, you are not a burden at all. After hearing this, Charlotte says that I am very happy to hear this. And I want to be your friend. After hearing this, Lisa looks at Haruto. Then Haruto says that if you want to be his friend, then you can be. With this, Lisa is very happy and now she says to Charlotte that yes, I also want to be your friend. After hearing this, Charlotte is also very happy and now she hugs him. After seeing the moment so lovingly, Haruto starts crying and says that how much a lovely moment it is. Haruto says in his heart that Lisa is very well behaved and she learns everything very easily. Then Haruto realizes that Lisa is a perfect attendant for him, which he had been looking for so long. After thinking this, he calls Lisa. Then Lisa asks him what happened. Then Haruto says that I can't do this. Now this is also their friendship. How can I separate these friends? Look, Charlotte and Lisa tell him what happened to you. Then Haruto says nothing happened. Don't worry. And now we see Charlotte in this scene, which is very sad. Because what she is watching in the anime is over. Then Haruto says that no problem. The new show is going to start next week. You can watch it. Then Lisa says to Charlotte that your break time is over. You have to walk. Then Charlotte also agrees and now she leaves from there. Then Haruto stops her and says that I forgot to tell you one thing. I am going to attend school in the royal capital from next week. After hearing this, Charlotte gets very excited, and says that school? Speaker 1, 501. A hidden student council? After which she tells Lisa to cancel all my plans today. Then Charlotte says that this is an emergency meeting of round table. After hearing this, Haruto says what this is. And now we see in the next scene that everyone gathers. And Charlotte starts that meeting. And now she tells everyone that today's topic is that from next week, Haruto is going to attend school in the royal capital. After hearing this, everyone gets excited. Then she says that why Haruto didn't tell me this. What can Haruto learn from humans in school? After all, he is the demon king. Then he stops her and says that we had promised that we will not say this. Then Charlotte hears this lightly. And now she says that what did you say? Is this information related to Haruto? Which I don't know. Then she says that this is a secret between us demons. After hearing this, Charlotte gets very sad. Then Johnny starts to scare her. and says don't be sad like this. Haruto loves you a lot. He will tell you about it himself. After hearing this, Charlotte gets angry and says that we really love him. Okay, then I'll wait. Now we continue our meeting. The biggest question is that why does Haruto want to go there? She tells that when she is watching an anime related to school life. Then she asked Haruto that what is school? In response to this, Haruto said that school is a very scary and dangerous place. After hearing this, everyone gets very excited and says that did Haruto really say that? Then Charlotte says that it can't be that Haruto is afraid of something. So why did he say that? She says that if I go according to that anime, then it is possible that there is a hidden student council in the school, which wants to make all the good kids evil. And the one who organizes all this is the only person who wants to shake the foundation of the kingdom. And Haruto can't let that person do that. So he decided that he will fight him as Black Knight Shiva. After hearing this, Flare and Johnny get surprised and say that this can happen. Then Charlotte says that we should help Haruto. Haruto will definitely install the door in the capital. And using this, Flare, Lisa and I will go to the capital and collect information. And we'll expand Johnny and Gigan Pandemonium. And we'll be ready for any problem that comes along. On which they also agree. Then Lisa says to everyone that why don't we talk directly to Haruto about this. So Charlotte tells him that we can't bother Haruto on such a small matter. And Flare and Johnny also agree on this matter. Charlotte now says that we are the Knights of the Round Table, which exists to serve Haruto. And now in the next scene we see that Lisa goes and tells Haruto about this meeting. After hearing this, Haruto thanks him to tell him this. Now Lisa is a little shocked and tells Haruto that are you really going to fight an evil person? After hearing this, Haruto gets a little confused and says that what is this? But I have to give his reply or else his feelings will get hurt. So now Haruto says that I was actually secretly working. And I want you to come with me to the capital as my attendant. Because this mission is very important and only you can complete it. So Lisa says okay, if this is the case, then I will be your attendant. After hearing this, Haruto becomes very happy in his mind. And now in the next scene we see the break of all the mates, where they were talking to each other about how their husband or boyfriend cheated them. So Flea gives them a solution. She tells them to cut them off. So the maid says, yes, you are right, we should give them our card. Thanks for this advice. And now in the next scene, people see Charlotte who tells Flea that your maid's uniform is different from the rest of the maids. So Flea tells her that this happened when Lord Haruto gave me the order to become a maid. And now we see the next scene where the maids are bringing uniforms for Flea. But all the uniforms are too small for her and she is not getting fit. And that's why Flea got a custom uniform made for herself. And then she asks Haruto how this uniform is. On which Haruto says that yes, it is very good. After hearing this, now Flea wears the same uniform from that day. And in the next scene, she sees Charlotte flying and now she comes to Flea and says, can't you fly? On which she says that there is no such thing, I just don't have the habit of flying. So Charlotte tells him that I also want to fly, please teach me how to fly. So Flea agrees and says to him, okay. Look at me carefully. After saying this, she makes a jump and goes from here to there. And now she comes back and says to Charlotte, see, this is how you fly. So now Charlotte is very happy and says that it was very amazing. But even Haruto is seeing all this and he says that it is not flying. Then Natalia comes here and says to them what are you two doing here? Then Charlotte tells him that after hearing this, Natalia says that you cannot use flight magic because you are still very young. After hearing this, Charlotte becomes very sad and now she is about to cry. Charlotte's condition is not seen by Flea and now she comes to Haruto and asks for help. So Haruto says to her, I am ready to help you, take her with you. And now we know that Haruto gave her a plane on which Charlotte is sitting and enjoying. But Natalia doesn't understand, she says what is this work? On which Flea says that I don't even know this. But seeing all this, Haruto says that the mission is complete. And next scene we see that Flea gets dirty, so Charlotte comes to her and says, let's go to the bathroom and take a bath. So Flea says to her, there is no need for that. After saying this, she goes to the waterfall and starts taking a bath there. And now after coming out, she starts pouring water on herself because of which water falls on Haruto and Charlotte. After which they come back home where Haruto says to Lisa, what is this? How did you spend your time? On which she says that I used to sleep and wake up in the afternoon. After waking up, I used to read the book that I had left. And after that, I used to sleep in the evening and at night I used to get up and start reading the book. And after that, I used to sleep again. And when I thought of returning those books, I realized that 10 years have passed. So now Haruto says that when did you eat? On which she says that maybe once a week. After hearing this, Haruto says that you are a very wonderful shirt. And next scene we see that they come back home. On which Lisa says to Haruto that please tell me how this door works. On which Haruto says that I have connected two barriers together. After listening to this, Lisa says that I don't understand anything. Because teleportation magic is advanced magic. So Haruto says that I didn't feel so good about doing this. Then Lisa gets shocked. She feels that this magic is not from this world. And now in the next scene we see that Lisa and Charlotte are bathing in hot water. Then Flea says to Lisa that can you be a blizzard dragon and bathe in hot water? On which she says that yes, I can handle cold. On which Flea says that I am in the water. Flea means that he is not in the water, but his tail is in the water. After seeing this, Lisa says to him that don't you like hot water? So Lisa says that it is so sad because Lord Haruto has made this for us. As soon as Flea hears this, she jumps into the hot water. Where Flea is now enjoying in the hot water. After which Haruto is shown who tells Charlotte how Flea is doing. And in the next scene someone gathers with Haruto and says that I have made this device. With which I will measure your mana level. By saying this, Haruto uses the device and he knows that Flea's mana level is 40 out of 77. I am from Lisa's 71 out of 36. After seeing this, Haruto says that demons have a lot of high mana. Because Charlotte's max level is 61, which is very high. Now he says that the max level of the Queen Consort was 44. Now he tells Charlotte that if you train more, you will reach the max level very soon. After hearing this, Charlotte says that I will not be able to do this. Which Haruto says why not? So she tells that when I was young, before I could walk and walk, I started making fireballs. This is how mom incited me to steal. After hearing this, Haruto gets shocked and says that Charlotte was a genius since childhood. Then Charlotte asks Haruto that what is your mana level? So Flea says that Haruto's level will be more than 100. But Haruto thinks a little and says to Charlotte that I will not tell you how much my mana level is. Yes, Charlotte gets sad and says why not. Thank you guys for watching, and if you like this video, make sure to watch the next one. And do let us know in the comments below if you like anime videos. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon. Bye.